Hey everybody, I am Chris Gore. I am so happy to talk to you on a Friday night for another Film Threat Watch Party. Tonight we have a very special film, indescribable thriller action comedy. We have members of the cast and the filmmakers here for Dark Web Cicada 3301, which you can get right now like I have. I bought it on Amazon Prime, so here it is, Amazon Prime, right on my iPad, sitting right next to my little setup here. Get the film, settle in, grab yourself a drink. I have a drink, and join us here for another Film Threat Watch Party. Well, folks, it's Friday. Things are starting to open up here in Southern California. I'm in Pasadena and LA. Things are starting to open up. Movie theaters. I'm very excited. Not sure if you've heard, but some movie theaters are going to start opening up. They're going to open up at some of them 25%, 50% capacity. I am going to the movie theater to see some movies. But what I have enjoyed during this whole time when we've been locked down is seeing so many good independent films you can get on demand, on Amazon Prime, on iTunes. I want you to get Dark Web Cicada 3301. I've got it ready to go on my iPad. You need to get that too. Before we introduce the amazing cast and filmmakers behind this super fun film, I want to tell you about our event, Award This. Look, the Oscars. I'm not going to the Oscars. Not invited this year. And the Spirit Award's not that either. But you can go to Award This. And let John Bailey tell you more about it.
In a world where every award show is a fucking Zoom call, comes Award This. From your pals at Film Threat comes a celebration of true independent films. Join us on April 10th at a socially distanced drive-in. In fact, I'll be there as your announcer, wearing a hazmat suit and inside a giant Bacta tank. And prepare for a virtual award show unlike any other ever in the history of mankind, or awards kind. Award This 2021. It's happening, whether you like it or not. Drive-in live event on Saturday, April 10th. Virtual award show on Sunday, April 18th. Get tickets now at awardthis.com.
If you can't come to our live drive-in event on April 10th, April 18th, we'll be presenting a very special virtual event where you can watch Award This with everyone else, chat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check that out, and I'll see you then. I like award shows. I don't know. I love the whole concept of it, and so this is something we created to recognize a lot of the great indie films that come out and get no recognition. They get no love around award season. So that's why we created this event. Now, I can't wait to talk less because I have the amazing cast and people from behind the scenes on this dark web. So let's bring on first, Alan Ritchson is here.
Oh,
dude, so good to talk to you.
I'm just getting busy on this cookie dough, sorry.
Oh, wait, for real? You're making cookies?
Just a little batch, but a little celebratory cookie dough.
Well, you did the Film Threat podcast earlier this week, and we talked about doing this watch party. First of all, before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get to interview the director of this film. I didn't realize you play a part in the movie. And it's a significant role.
Yes. Unfortunately for everybody who sees this movie, yes, I'm in the movie in the worst way possible. But when you're doing it for yourself, who wouldn't do the things that I've done?
My God. I mean, you definitely left yourself so many of the standout moments, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, I think with a tech-based movie, I think we can't take ourselves too seriously. We all see computers all day long, so why not have a little fun with ball gags and stuff? Anyway,
among other things.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, some of that will be coming up. but like, what got you into? I mean, you've got this incredible career of, you know, as an actor, obviously, of renowned, and then also behind the scenes. Do you have a preference, like behind the scenes, in front of the camera?
Thank you. I mean, look, I'm very grateful for what I do for a living. Acting has been the bread and butter for a long time. You know, hopefully I'll get to continue doing that. It's a lot of fun for me, but I got to say, I mean, for me to be behind the lens, directing and just sort of, you know, being at the genesis of a creative idea is just really fulfilling, you know? So I hope to return to the director's seat a few more times, but I'm grateful for all of it.
Well, I have no doubt that you'll be sitting in the director's chair again. I want to also remind, before we bring others on, talking to our audience here, get ready to watch the film. We're all going to watch it together, starting about another 10 minutes. We'll all press play at the same time. I think Alan can give us a countdown and we'll all press play. Also post your comments in the chat, whether you're watching this on Facebook or Periscope or YouTube. Drop a comment, drop a question, and Alan and the cast and filmmakers will respond. Let's bring on Conor Leslie. She's been waiting patiently. She is also in Canada.
Woo!
She is also in Canada.
Yeah. Well, do you have cookie dough like Alan? You enjoying something?
Yeah, I mean, we've had like some faux spring is what I'm calling it outside. I'm sure Alan's seen it. Like, it's like nice out, but it's going to be winter probably again for another like 3 weeks. And then we'll just occasionally.
By midnight tonight.
Yeah.
Well, it's raining in Los Angeles, which I'm surprised they've never made a disaster movie about raining in because
just cast the drivers. Like, it's just like drivers panicking for 2 hours straight because there's water falling. That's like something I really couldn't understand.
Some guy who works in an insurance company, like, again, it's sprinkling outside. Do we have it ready for this?
You could totally see that happening because the way people drive or react, like if it rains in LA, it's like we can't do anything. We can't.
No, I honestly didn't understand how to handle that when I moved there from New York. I was like, it's water, you guys. It is really okay. But yeah, they lose it.
You can drown in water.
You what?
Teaspoon. You can drown in a teaspoon of water, Connor.
It's half a teaspoon, but
really?
Yeah.
I bet that's some CIA thing. Some Protein Ninja says, you are in trouble, Alan. I know how to use the chat. I don't know who Protein Ninja is, but they're watching on YouTube. So is that somebody you know, Alan?
I know who Protein Ninja is. Yeah, I know all the hackers.
You should.
He's like, I am Protein Ninja.
Yes. Hi, Douglas. Protein Ninjas. Maybe I shouldn't say who Protein Ninja is, just in case I need to protect his identity.
True.
Are you Protein Ninja? Is that the real?
Oh yeah, I'm down here tweeting.
Eating your cookie dough.
I love that part where Alan comes on. That's my favorite. That's one of my movies. I comment on my work.
Now, we've got some of the filmmakers who work behind the scenes. We should bring them on as well. We have the producer DJ is
the real brains behind the operation.
yeah, not saying much.
It's Dumb and Dumber on set with these guys.
Yeah, good to see you all.
Burns, our brilliant production designer, co-producer. He brought the script to life and made these sets feel real. DJ is actually a director, so I stole him from some sets that he was on, just to make sure I didn't make a complete fool of myself. And thank God he was there, because it was a true shit show with me. just swing it around and we'll get all the world.
All the world.
Lots of coverage if you don't call cut.
Yeah. We have to pay the crew if we shoot him too. Can we? No, it was fun. Yeah, he was a big help. You know, one thing when this is such a minor thing to probably anybody watching, but to me it was a big deal. I learned about shooting inserts, the importance of shooting inserts from DJ, because every time we're shooting a scene, and there's tons, there's like, you got to have the finger.
Of all the movies to not know about inserting, like a hacker movie, that's not it. Like you got phones, you got computers.
I have these big, okay, I want to do this big thing, and we get that thing done, and I'm like, cool, moving on, guys, I'm way ahead of schedule. And he goes, just so we're on the same page, do you want to shoot anything else, like maybe all
you're telling the story about the thing they found on their phone? We need to see.
Do you want to see the key go in the doorknob? Do you want to see the key go in the door? Oh, yeah. I can do that.
Sure.
We just add that later. That's for post.
Yeah.
You want to do it all practically, though. So all the screens have to line up with dialogue. Like on, of course, Alan has to do it all practically. No, we'll just have it on the phone or on the projector. Sure. We'll line all the actors' dialogue every second.
It looks so good.
Well,
yeah,
that actually was a pretty ambitious undertaking on your part, Alan. That everything you see on screen, so the actors can interact with, is 95% practical. The only 5% was we tried on the day and we were just losing the day, so we had to punt. But for the most part, all that stuff was predetermined, so there was something to be feeding off of, and that the camera was actually capturing a screen rather than some faux overlay in post. So it was fun.
And the only reason you know that there was anything even on the screen is because DJ kept telling me to shoot the computer script before we moved on. So
really, it's hard to get it there. Not just
it worked. It worked. But no, I look at screens these days. They're in every movie, and I don't care how good the VFX are. It takes me out of it because I can tell that it was put in. I can tell it was put in. You cannot fool the eye. Even the tiniest nuances. And I love seeing it. I love that we also got to build, like we he knew what he was interacting with, Jack, and we got to build this like nostalgic operating system from the ground up, that felt like MS-DOS from the early 90s. And it's cool. It was, just kind of gave it a vibe on set. I feel like worth it, but it was a lot of trouble. It was. I'll give you that.
Now we're getting close to when we should press play. So a quick reminder to everybody to go get the movie now. Dark Web Cicada 3301. Get it right now. Get it hooked up on your television or your iPad, like I have it. Get ready to press play. Alan and everyone, for a question for everyone. We want to set up people watching this. What do we want? How do you want to intro the film? Because we're going to press play in just a few minutes.
I don't know, man. How do we intro the film?
Man.
Can we all just get along? Can we all just have some
about 3,301 cicadas? That's it.
Like bugs. So yeah, I mean, look, this is a film about a guy from the wrong side of the tracks that gets roped in to hunting down Cicada 3301, this mysterious, enigmatic organization, and it's his version of what happened. So we had a lot of fun with that. But at the end of the day, I just want to make something that's new and original and fresh that we can all just kind of sit back and enjoy. So, I've already seen a lot of the haters coming out going like, that's not exactly what happened with Cicada 3301. It's like, well, it probably wouldn't be that interesting to show you in your basement, hacking, week-long puzzles. Like, Adam, can we just have fun, please? Guys, am I the only one?
No, I want to have fun too.
Okay.
That's why I did it.
Terrible setup. I'm already chastising audience.
He's like, this is how I really.
This is why you're wrong, audience.
Yeah. No, let's just have fun.
That's not how it went down.
Yeah, burns.
That's not right.
Yeah. Cicadas
of the puzzle in real life.
17.1. Huh? When you say burns?
People solve the whole puzzle. Only 3 would solve the puzzle in life.
I wish we'd have 45 more. Yeah, we'd have 45 more movies if this was funded with NFTs. I think. Well,
Douglas Serene has NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So that's that's another sort of rabbit hole you can go down. So
man, record-selling NFTs. Where do I buy this movie? Apple, Amazon, anywhere you download movies. Protein Ninja,
Google something. I got mine on Amazon.
Protein Ninja. You haven't just hacked my computer and taken it yet?
Well, and Alan, you're also like a massive fan of this sort of dark web hacker world. I mean, this came out of a real interest of yours. It wasn't just like a salacious story.
I was fascinated. I mean, there are articles in Rolling Stone and Watch. I mean, there's 100 articles about it, and I was like, what is this mystery? And it went so far beyond the scope of like an NSA recruitment game for like the next cool CIA job opening. When people found these GPS coordinates around the world all at the same time, we realized this is actually a global thing that extends beyond the bounds of the United States, beyond the bounds of the internet or the deep web, and they sort of teach you along the way who they are and their worldviews. And I just found it so interesting that it was so complex and dabbled in music and literature and poetry. It was more than just like, are you a good hacker? Do you know how to code? They're looking for well-rounded, brilliant minds from around the world, and nobody could figure out who they were. And I just think that's a fascinating premise for a story. And here we are with Dark Web, Cicada 3301, starring Conor Leslie. It's Gwen. My dog's got to take it.
That's why I kept like my dog kept like looking at me like, okay.
My dog got
see me distracted.
Your dog could be on the watch party. It wouldn't be the first time that we've had dogs join the watch party.
He's so over me doing things on screens. He definitely made appearances earlier in 2020, and now he's just like, I'm good. It's not about me. Your attention is elsewhere. Then he just walks down the hall.
Finds a new owner, a better owner.
Yeah.
So should we press play? Is everybody
How do
ready?
we do this?
How do we?
Okay. Well, I got to go over here. Okay. So we're gonna. I'm still here. But
Yeah,
okay.
Alan, you got to do the countdown. Okay, I'm gonna do the countdown.
Okay, let's start right up.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, we're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay.
Okay.
Rated R.
That's right. Probably turn it down. Turn it down.
Here's where our folks.
I was like, is that coming from your TV or mine?
Oh, super. Well, what do I do? What am I supposed to do?
Oh, you can just turn it down a little bit, but that's okay. Grindstone Entertainment. Is that your company, DJ?
No. That's our distributor, though.
Distributor, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because usually you see like so many logos at the beginnings sometimes.
Yeah, and with us, it was just us numbskulls making a film, so they were just one.
We ran out of logos fast.
And you opened with the Rolling Stone quote. You were talking about earlier, the Rolling Stone quote.
That's a real quote, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, next thing you know, completely caught off guard. You believe it or not, I'm falling through stuff that happened.
I love that falling shot.
He didn't like doing that so much.
With Jack.
It was painful. We dropped him from 4 stories up.
For real?
I mean, no, we had him on a wire, but
Right.
There was a wire with a giant camera right over top of him.
Real? Okay.
Now you're a house that I might call it. You can blame that on Tina sending me over here. You going to put up with this? Maybe please just walk you through the evidence. It'll be obvious that he's tilted. Yeah, well, Mike. Who the audacity of this so quick? Do you have any idea you are addressing this experience that these people have? Murder.
How did you go about casting the people in this courtroom scene? There's some really great seasoned actors in this.
we were very lucky to have a really amazing Canadian casting director who was just pulling in just the best talent. I mean, as soon as we saw all the judges that came in, it was just like it was a no-brainer. This sequence, because this appears so many times in the film, could have really fallen flat and kind of sucked the energy out of the movie. But their performances make the whole thing work.
Mm-hmm.
You really played with a lot of the storytelling, from bookending into later in the film to and just sort of getting into his mindset with the floating numbers and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. I think we have an opportunity to make magic in movies, and why not? So grounded in a world that feels like ours, but the more we can play with time and elements that are inside somebody's head, I think the more fun we can have. So.
I guess I'm telling you I didn't get quality service. I get it. You're shutting off now. But still on average, it's 50%. Now more than $1,260 into the boat already $96.96. How much case I still Tory? Come on, baby. Put some pepper in your step. I know you drop 50 cents big wage for 1.93% on the bill. That's $84.31. It's just not there, man. Come on. Is some kind of walking calculator for you? Yes, I like that. Count this.
These special effects are really clever.
Mm-hmm.
They're used.
Thanks.
That
Yeah.
VHS effect, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little nostalgia.
Yeah.
We played with a lot of iterations of this. How do we show what's inside his head? What somebody who's got an eidetic memory, whose mind moves so quickly, using time, slowing time down, slowing everybody else down, but his mind's still rapid, and then diving into a memory, what that looks like. It was challenging but fun to figure out how to make it work. I like where we ended up.
Oh.
I don't know why, but that's always been one of my favorite shots in the movie. It just feels like this, like
You
a
feel
ride.
the apartment.
It's like
That's
a
why.
ride now. It's like Con Fuqua, you know what I mean?
Where was this? This was in Canada, right? All this stuff. Well, the whole thing, right?
We shot Toronto. Yeah, right.
Yep.
This was the scene when Burns found out that Jack will use anything in the scene. So be careful what you put there, including a mysterious wine bottle.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, don't drink prop. Don't drink set dressing.
I mean, how he clowns on this guy.
Forgot
just
the wall
sounds like-
dartboard.
The wall dartboard. Yeah. What'd you say, Chris?
I
gonna
forgot
say
the
how
wall
he clown-
dartboard made it in.
I was gonna say how he clowns on this guy seems ripped out of the headlines. It seems like this is something that's like I've read about happening to people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I spent a lot of time studying hackers and like how somebody would get in, and theoretical algorithms to hack a Bitcoin blockchain, and so I sort of cobbled together a lot of theories about how you would do that. And I don't know, people, if there's somebody out there that's smarter than I am, they're probably like, you can never use a K7 algorithm, But we got to keep the story moving. So
we can't teach them really how to hack into people. So it was
right,
yeah.
So we know how. We just don't. We just don't want to show everybody how to hack Bitcoin.
Those close-ups of the hand, those are the insert shots we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's the DJ.
Yeah,
My signature move.
I hate when my computer explodes. It just,
Especially of those desktops.
Very combustible thing.
it's happened to iPhones. iPhones blow up.
Yeah.
Battery goes bad.
And that tattoo is real on his chest, if anybody was wondering. That left pec tattoo is real.
Oh, wait, where did you find this girl? She's great.
Great. She's out in New York. Yeah, she's sassy, isn't she? She's great.
This guy's awesome. Love this guy.
Oh, God. Someone asked how many computers you fried to get that scene right.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I love him.
We're aware no one in your building had anything to do with this.
Someone on Twitch asks, was this an easy film to pull together? I mean, I don't know if any movie's easy to pull together.
I was just going to say, tell me one movie.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I started the first draft. I finished the first draft in 2014. Brought in a brilliant writer, Joshua Montcalm, a few years later, who made it better, way better. And then we started shooting in 2018. It's 2021.
I think that answers the question.
So easy.
So he's
He's a cake.
Super easy.
I had a mental health crisis in post. This film was a bit of a nightmare to pull together, but we did it.
Well, this is Connor's entrance scene.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, anything you want to say?
She was so captivating on screen. So good.
This is your entrance scene right here with your hair.
I just remember the reference of Island of the Blue Dolphins. I was like, I remember that when I was age. I was like, oh my God. It was like the perfect book to reference.
Connor's a real book nerd.
I am. He learned this about me.
We get a film in the library? I don't know how I'm going to pull myself away from all these books.
I actually did in between takes. I was like pulling random books out.
No, sorry, I'll put it away.
I was a real book nerd. Book nerd.
Method acting here.
You still work there, right?
Yeah, part-time to keep myself entertained. I do Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, Earmuff's mom, if you're watching. She would never watch my movie. No.
Someone's asking about the number of shoot days, the boys versus girls team.
Oh, I don't know.
We did 23 shoot days.
That's fast. And here we have, actually, Ron Funches was supposed to be with us today, but it's his birthday.
Whoa.
He's popping champagne. There's
He's
Ron
like,
Funches.
Yeah. He's probably at a Zoom party right now that involves alcohol.
Yeah.
He's at an alcohol party?
I love the music playing in the background for Avi's chess scene. Alan, did you put this in the movie because you're a big chess nerd?
Yes, I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. Yeah.
I was wondering that. I was like, yeah, I know this about Alan, but I was like, oh, I wonder if he made Conor a really good chess player because of that. So. Yes.
I started playing tournament chess in LA. When I moved out to LA, it's sort of just a bit of a hobby, but probably the last time I put chess in a film because it's nearly impossible to shoot. Nearly. We had this guy, Chris Violette, who saved the day more than once by coming in and just mapping out the chess moves and making sure that between every single shot and every single take, somebody was tracking those pieces. And it was mental gymnastics. Huge shout out for him. He saved the day, and he saved the day on the computer stuff. When we had to track the real screens, he would help us find playback.
It's Jack stand and yet he would start playing the chess like on his phone to make sure the moves were right, because he was sitting there staring at it, and he just became this like. It's what these films need is these people who just give so much extra, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Care. You guys ate 40 hot dogs during the making of this scene.
Yeah. Ron's like, oh man. Okay, I'll take 40 more. You don't have to eat this, and you can just spit it out. Oh, but it's a good hot dog. I love it. I want to just keep making movies with Ron just so I can be around him more.
Mm-hmm. He just seems really fun. He just seems really fun.
He was awesome.
He's the best.
Dude, as a fellow nerd, I was thoroughly impressed with his pro wrestling and video game knowledge. I was like, oh, you know all the video games and all the pro wrestling. Good for you, sir.
King Awesome from YouTube has a comment. Does Alan break doorknobs when he twists them? He's so damn strong.
I kick doors in like that. Kids, I'm home. No, he broke the door again. I got a guy at Home Depot gives me doors.
King Awesome.
I'm actually King Awesome. How does he?
His iPhone's King Awesome.
How does his car have a driver's side door? He doesn't just rip it off?
King Awesome. Alan, why are you so good?
Great question, King Awesome.
The landlord is King Awesome.
Landlord.
Oh,
Oh. If that was Alan, he could get in by just kicking the door open. This movie would be over.
it would be done in one act if I was in it.
I love that he's swearing in air.
He was the best. He was so down for this foul-handed landlord.
We now all know how to sign cunt mod.
And also, it's really
Perfect.
interesting the way that the graphics are used in there, just to make it have more punch. You know, it's not just subtitles; it's punchy, like speaking with your hand. It's great.
Right.
Yeah, I like that effect too.
Lucky Charm.
It's a grown woman.
This was the first day that we filmed, and it was
With her?
about
Oh, no, first day.
340 degrees Celsius in that apartment that day. That sweat on his shirt, although it looks authentic from a makeup standpoint, it is real as real can be.
So, someone's asking, where did you get that landlord? Where'd you find that actor?
He's local to Toronto, and we just again just got very lucky with Stephanie Gorin, our Canadian casting, who's just one of the best there is here.
And it's not like the part description described that man at all. He just came in and was so fascinating that you recognized it immediately. Like he had to be in your movie. He brought so much to it.
Yeah, if I couldn't find anybody to do it, DJ was going to do it, even though he doesn't sign.
Yeah, I
very
can
well.
wing it. Yeah,
We have fallback. It was a plan B.
as was for any role. Like what you found.
Yeah, DJ has 40 roles in the movie. It was a tight budget.
On the insert hands in every scene.
Oh, here comes Mama.
Poor Connor just can't catch a break. He's just trying to fix a computer that went out. Maced.
It's maced.
Can't catch a break. Poor guy. The computer exploded. Poor thing.
Huh?
His friend won't give him cash. I mean, just buy a new one. It's just rough.
Him looking behind himself is one of my favorite moments of the film.
His day's not going to get better.
It's still day one.
Oh, the mom is great.
Everyone's like, what in the world?
Sophie to watch.
Oh.
That judge is Victoria Snow, and she is such a powerhouse.
She's so great.
Oh yeah, from YouTube asks a question. Thanks for your question. Oh yeah, for Alan, how did it feel to direct your own project, and is this your first directing effort?
So I directed a short film called Treehouse Time Machine as a little warm up, and this is my first feature. So I've been lucky to be on a lot of sets and steal a lot of ideas from great directors. Like I said, I had DJ Viola there, who's a brilliant director in his own right. So I was surrounded by a lot of talent, but this was my first foray into directing a feature. Yes.
And Brandon.
Thanks.
Bro, that was a great transition.
It's Andrea Aprigi, the Agent Sullivan, with me and Jack, and he's so real, and he makes the scene.
Let's see how cute you are when I bash your fucking face in.
He's like,
What?
Choice number one. You say goodbye to that wonderful life, and we throw your ass back in prison right now. We hold you without bail on 60 charges, 1 or 2 of which may or may not be true. And then, this is my thing.
Alan, did you always intend to play this role? Was that always your intention? Because I just think you really.
Tiny little dick off.
I had that line ready when I was 7 or 8. I wrote that first one. I've been wanting to. No, I think it actually this character came about in prep. I think it was like right before we started shooting. I was like, I think we need to make this funnier, and so it just started fun. What if we do a scene where
Carver's like the guy that like always wants to have a cool comeback but doesn't, and
Right.
like says you're stupid instead.
Remember the first edit of this scene was like 11 minutes long because you guys did so much improv.
Yeah.
it's like we have a 16-minute cut of this improv.
We're
scene.
like, it all works. Nowhere to cut.
Okay, so I guess that answers Alan's question. I guess he's implying it was improv.
A lot of this scene we just kind of went. I mean, there was a scene there, but we just played a lot. We just played. Poor Jack was like, he's grabbing me everywhere. He's licking me. I don't quite know what to do with this scene. He's all over the place.
I remember coming to set and you were in the van filming and DJ was just like outside dying. I'm like, what? Why is this so funny? What's going on? They're like, no, it's not what's in the script at all. You listen to this. I'm like, and DJ was just cracking up.
The crew was actually concerned.
He's there talking about no penises off.
Yeah. The crew was concerned. They were like,
Really?
so that was funny. But we're making a drama, right? That was too funny.
Signed up for something.
Are we making a comedy?
Are we on Blue Pages?
What script am I in? Homogeny. The strip club got taken out. Is there a strip club called Homogeny?
Hegemonies in Dorchester.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Dorchester.
It's our line producer, Carl Byers.
I was gonna say, is that Carl?
yeah.
It's our guy who pays the bills. The unions dinged us. They fined us for having our line producer mow the lawn in the background. So there's that.
What?
Wait,
That
what?
That was an expensive day. Yeah. We got fined for that. Careful, kids. These unions are watching.
Damn.
No push mowers for your line producers.
Oh, Mr. Snuggles. The real star.
Look at this cat.
This
That's
cat's the star.
That's not a robot. That's a real.
The snuggly kitten.
Look at this. Look at This
Terrifying.
face. Look at that face. That's an actual cat.
Being judged by Mr. Snuggles is intense.
Look at this cat. We had an oil painting done of that cat.
Where is that?
I think
Look at him right now.
Down.
Look at this right.
we gifted it to my worst enemy. I'm kidding. I don't know where it is.
We have the big picture. Pretty sure one of your problems. It's just starting to get weird. What do you mean?
Protein Ninja's back. That's a good kitty.
Yeah, best kitty. It was a good kitty. It's out there with breathing problems somewhere right now. Listen, best life.
Connor, did you find any books at that library that you ended up checking out, or?
I don't remember. I was actually talking to the little girl who plays Sophia Moore, but I was just picking up random ones and reading things and then putting them back. Truly, like.
Not kidding you. This whole thing about jerking off in the library, internet, when we were scouting locations, we were looking for an internet cafe. A group of about 10 of us walked in. Yeah, this looks like a dingy internet cafe. Sure. Old man was masturbating very hard, very aggressively at 3 p.m, broad daylight, and internet. We had to watch our scene unfold in real life. And yes, we shot at that location.
Oh no!
This happens. This is a real problem.
These are the behind the scenes
for real.
stories you tell.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The music choices are really good for the film, and they really just add to the good natured spirit. Like, Alan, you must have had a hand in that. Like,
Yeah. I started to get I was aiming for a degree in music theater. So I've always been a little musical, and this is one of the funnest parts of the film for me is picking out the music in post. It's a lot of fun when you find the right one,
Changes the scene.
for sure. And then, has a question for
I see
Connor.
Burns starring role.
No, no. Burns. Oh. Inspired from real life.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, is asking if you would color your hair purple, Connor.
Like
If
5 in the morning.
I would do it, yeah, for sure. Although the only thing about dyeing your hair is then you have to deal with like growing it out again. It becomes a whole process. So these were actually just clip-ins, so it made it easier for us. They were like little clip-in streaks we added, which I thought was a really cool touch, and it was like a deep blue. It's kind of like the color of this backdrop on the live stream we have.
Thanks, so yeah.
That's dope.
The librarian throwing books.
She knows how to wing one too.
I feel like we've been on set with me throwing things a lot.
She's always the one that throws.
And everyone's always surprised I can actually throw.
This is.
I don't know if I don't know
This
if
was the
people know
film
this.
day that DJ just bring his kids to set.
They still fear you.
Yeah.
It's good.
Connor and I work on a show Titans, which is on HBO Max in the US and Netflix internationally. If you haven't seen it, check it out. She's incredible on that show as well.
Alan's incredible.
I'm all right. I'm not that.
And
cool.
no, we have a lot of fun together. But I throw a lot of stuff in that show too.
And she throws stuff on that show too.
I also think this was like the 700th library. Like we saw every library in Toronto.
You know, it's tough to find libraries that you can film in because you want depth of field. You want to see depth, so you get some dimension to the shot and some life and texture. And all the libraries, like you walk in and there's just rows of bookshelves, so you can't see any. You know, you can't see across the room. You can't, if somebody's at a computer, you can't see anybody else. It was very hard to find an open floor plan library. Very hard. So easy to. Oh wait. Oh wait.
Oh wait.
She's like, you're predictable.
Oh wait.
Whatever, dude. Okay, who's your buddy kisser? Like every other girl.
Look at the chemistry these two have. You guys have such good chemistry.
I think it was
You're-
that like East Coast bullshit and like bluntness that we like.
Yeah,
You know what I
but you
mean?
guys feel so. It's so. I really enjoy seeing you guys together.
Yeah, no, we worked really well together. Like I feel like that chemistry comes from like, can you banter with someone? If you can banter with someone, then you're good.
Well, both you hoodlums, like from the Bronx, of course, we banter.
Yeah. We're both from New Jersey. That's even more. Jersey. I've passed by this, I think, where we filmed in Toronto, and I didn't like realize how close it was to so much of the stuff we've also been around. It's like real graffiti, right? Yeah.
A lot of it is.
A lot of it.
A lot of this is. A lot of this stuff is Burns. Burns is an artist, and he some of this he put up. His team.
Yeah, we couldn't show some of the artists wouldn't let us. Some of the artists wouldn't let us show their work, so we had to cover it.
So you just showed your own art.
Yeah.
And then Burns shorted us. Burns put his own up, and then he's like, "You guys got to pay me if you want to."
The table.
Burns, don't do me like this, Burns.
It was the last night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the last, the last hour of us filming. It's always nuts how
Out of order.
how out of order it is
Yeah.
producing. Burns,
Insert
I think
coming. Insert coming.
Insert. Yeah, insert.
I know this because I had a lot of inserts.
Just Alan, I want to rap too, but do you want to see the phone in the scene where they break the code?
I think there was a couple times where even I went, I think we need an insert. Like,
Burns, wasn't that your idea though with the mirror to shoot the QR code in the mirror? When we scouted that location, we were just going to put it on the ground, and you're like, wait, guys, what if we? I think that was your idea.
Yep.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. But that's the point is you win when you surround yourself with people that are smarter than yourself. I know a lot of people don't like that these days. A lot of people want to be the smartest one in the room, but
that's boring.
Tony.
I'm curious if Ron Funches, did he have a hand in his wardrobe choices?
I could see him rocking bow ties. Pretty nice. I mean, he made it look. Yeah,
he said he liked bow ties better than. He said he liked bow ties better than cats. I was like, I like bow ties.
Yeah. I always thought it was funny that he'd like always be in his best, his Sunday best. Mm-hmm. The antithesis of his messy counterpart.
Unfortunately, I'm late for a meeting, so you'll have to.
Yeah, queuing up the projector to time it right was a nightmare.
Oh,
I remember that.
Had to time out the whole scene. It was nuts. Sergei Stern was a composer. His original score for this film. So I'd go through and pull needle drops, which is like those songs that play like an album. But stuff like this is score, and our composer made this, and he really made the movie in a big way. It was always flat until he put his fingerprint on it, and it really came to life. The mystery, the tension, the fun, the magic. He was a character in this movie in a very big way. Sergei, he's brilliant. Much appreciation for his work.
This scene again, Alan, is proof that on the smaller films, scouting is so crucial. You're talking about depth of field and size. Like the room gives you so much production value. Mm-hmm. Your movie continues to look so big, which was something it's always on your mind the whole time. You're just such a lover of big movies. I think this movie really can hold a candle to those.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. We scouted a ton of these kinds of rooms at universities, and they're all very compact. So you'd be shooting a chair wall as you turn around, and we got very lucky to find this big, huge
auditorium. It looks like
a cavern, a tomb. It was it kind of swallows them up in a cool way. It's a lovely set piece for this scene. Is there an award? Is there an award for like the baddest female protagonist in movies? Is there like the baddest chick award?
There isn't, but should we make one?
Maybe we should make one. Can we start one tonight?
Sure.
She's just so bad. Every time we get a close up of her, I can't. It's just like, man, such a cool character.
I really love what we did with like the idea, like the hair, and like making her be as edgy as she. Even like the blue hair. I remember at first being like, "Is that gonna work?" And I was like, "Yeah, this fits."
Tells me where her priorities are.
Yeah.
She's tough, and she's an intellectual, and she's an individual. She's her own person.
Yeah. Independent of everything that's like working around her.
Right. Has her own ideas.
Just unraveling.
This scene didn't work until Mark Bach, our editor and one of our producers, massaged it for days. It was one version, and then he worked it, and finally
A lot of
figured out
words.
really tell that story, without a lot of air, but tell that story in a way that maintained the suspense. And also you can understand and track what's going on the screen. I mean, it took a lot of work, and it only worked when he.
Yeah, I feel like any scenes where there's a lot of information you're trying to inform an audience on, you gotta that's a masterful work to edit that correctly, so that people don't lose their attention. Cupcakes.
What was with the cupcakes in this scene?
Just Avi being Avi. Are you reading his apron, by the way? Positively perfect. As if the one pun wasn't enough.
Again, we caught Ron at the tail end of a successful diet, and we fed him hot dogs and cupcakes the entire.
Oh my god, that's right.
Guy.
Hot dogs and cupcakes.
So awkward.
So awkward.
How much fun was this scene to shoot? This had to be fun.
This was fun. Watching Jack and I watching them just do whatever they wanted to do was fun.
Your face.
So extreme.
So good. Oh.
I couldn't stay away.
Alan, watching you
This was a
direct
cool
those two
location.
guys on how you wanted them to do that scene was also super fun.
Yeah. So if you scream at the top of your lungs,
It just kept getting louder and louder.
yeah. Like really scream. Are you sure?
Comes prepared.
A librarian picking locks. Thirsty.
Burns, is that the remnants of this set behind you?
You stole the set.
No, right? No, I'm at my friend's apartment.
Burns. You klepto.
Alan did give me 700 pounds of books as a wrap gift to take across the border on an airplane.
That's right.
A suitcase full of books.
This was a beautiful
books.
Burns built this. I was like Harry Potter magic in the basement of this place. He's like, cool, got it. He nails it. A month.
It had Harry Potter magic down there.
You have 6 hours to get it done before, because we only have the set for one day. And go.
And we weren't
This
allowed
guy,
to touch
Alan's
the floor.
favorite human.
This is my favorite. He's my absolute favorite human being on earth.
This guy is like he's like so perfectly cast right now, and like does that. Wait, just the security guard that is entering a situation in every movie.
We couldn't get Alan to stop shooting his walk. He had to move into this other set. And you're
Look
like,
at this
just
walk.
one.
It's so great.
Big 13 is going to be it.
He's like the security guard ready for his big day,
Yeah.
His name is
He's like, this is my moment.
He said this was his first role, and I didn't believe him after we got done shooting. I'm like, but you're my favorite actor on earth.
Gets maced again.
Look at the determination in it.
Oh.
The story's not over either. That escalated quickly.
My jilted lover.
That's the best part. So stupid. Breaded.
It was really hot this day, I remember, because it was like the dead of the summer.
Connor Black calming the situation down. This is really me and my wife on a road trip. Is where this came from. Pat, you just need to stay calm. They're gonna kill us. Where are we?
This is the best shot.
I do love that shot.
This is so good. Oh, where did you find these masks? Like these crazy weird. What's that?
We made these,
We
right?
made them.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
made 'em. Yeah.
And they're meant to be kind of weird and intimidating because it's
Yeah.
and it only escalates from here. Oh my God.
Dress like sexy. Mr. Black. Say agents. Maybe prostitutes or not. Killer run Killer contract.
He's so good.
People were about to be like, there wasn't babies in Cicada or deer people. They were getting ready. Fire up.
The way that you played with the unreliable narrator stuff is really fun.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things I'm glad I kept. And I had quite a few colleagues that were like, I don't think it works, man. You got to take it out. Just tell the story straight. I don't know. I think it's going to work.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Just
Ow.
Does his own stunts?
I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do that. The camera guy
Nobody.
was
He hurt.
real mad. I could have shot that better. He cared. I cared a lot. Not to ruin it for you, but this is the place that we scouted, where an older gentleman was absolutely going to town on himself at 3:00 in the afternoon.
oh my God.
I've had to live with the memory. He was in that
So
chair in the
gross.
far. That guy, we stuck somebody in his chair, unfortunately and the signage on the wall is based on
Real?
our needs, our real needs, while in that space. I love that line right there. I mean, to me, I think that's one of the most important lines in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the animal? The dog's in the cage or the one who keeps them locked up? So relevant to our time.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Tommaso Sinelli's mom says she's saying hi.
Oh, Tommaso, who I've worked with more than once now. Fortunately for me, he is so.
Tommaso's in
He plays
in
young
Titans.
Connor. Yes.
But he also plays young Dick Grayson on our show.
He plays. Yes, he's on Titans too. He's in everything. I wish I worked as much as him.
Yeah, me too.
Tommaso, he's so good.
So Queen Street.
No, this was up in Streetsville. Oh, wait, no, the Queen Street in.
It has Queen Street, doesn't it?
Oh, it is? Were we on? Oh my
Wait,
God.
maybe not. Maybe I read it wrong. I was trying to read. I'm always trying to not see where in Toronto. Oh, we've been here for so long.
Maybe Queen goes that far. I don't know.
Queen East does. This is cool.
Yeah.
So when I showed up this day, this is a night shoot. We'd scouted 50 million times. I said, all I want are these lights hanging across the street. That's all I'm asking for. Just get lights everywhere, and I want them hanging across the street. I'm like, it's going to be tough. I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. 4 more scouts. I just want lights. Are we going to get lights across the street? We showed up that night to shoot, and the lights weren't there. I was like, God, it's the only thing I asked for. It's like the
I
whole
just want my Christmas lights.
It's the only thing I asked for. And so we had to wait. We only had like 2 hours to shoot. We started shooting at like 4 in the morning.
It looks
Jack-
so good for only shooting
Jack
that.
was so pissed. Jack was so mad because he was there at like 6 p.m. and then we started shooting at 3. I was like, I don't know. We got to have lights.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah,
But
that happens.
We got the scene. One of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Insert.
Yeah.
Roll that
Thank you.
flickering with practical.
Those lights look awesome for having. I didn't realize it was that last minute.
Yeah. We got lucky. We just kept the little train, the little engine that could. That would be scary. I love the idea that this is how Abby would probably seduce somebody.
Yep.
Chocolate covered
Right.
strawberries.
All of the candy options and the
That's my
champagne.
candy.
food.
Have you ever been seduced, Connor, by
Not
chess?
like this.
No.
Not with chess and dark and chocolate strawberries and champagne flutes. That is like only a man with a bow tie and a cat named Mr. Snuggles. Like, do that.
What was the date that you went on that you were like, I've been seduced? He's doing it. He is doing all things right.
That would require guys to be that slick. I wouldn't say that that's happened.
Well, we have a proposal. This has never happened before.
Oh my God, really?
Rich user.
Who's proposing to me?
Potato
on the
guzzler.
comments. It just says, I'm trying my best to seduce her now. Marry me, Connor. I
Hmm.
don't know, with the username Potato Guzzler, probably,
Potato guzzler,
Yeah.
do you know Conor Leslie?
probably not going to happen.
Well, you
Well,
were
just
invited to
don't-
prom first. I mean, maybe it's baby steps.
That's a good play. Yeah, prom
Yeah.
first. But like potato guzzler, I'm like, are we talking like just like potatoes? Connor, oh, will you go to prom with me?
Yeah, see?
Is that what I'm being asked? I would,
Potato
but I graduated high school a year early, so I never really want to go back. I'll think
See,
about it, potato guzzler.
She's a nerd. I tried to tell you, and no one believed me.
What?
Graduated high school when she was like 9. Huge nerd.
Did you know that about me? Did you know that I graduated high school early? Yeah, I did. When I was 17, I was like, I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm done. Give me my diploma. They wanted me to give me like my, just like a document. And I was like, no, I want my diploma. Yeah, it was a GDA or a GD, whatever it is. I was like, I want my diploma. And they were like, just take the G. And I was like, no, I'm going to take my diploma. That was hard. I don't recommend trying to cram that in 3 months like I did.
Okay, I have to compliment the fashion choices here to attend this event. Pretty
Mhm.
And then this
This
event
dress was very fun.
Where was this shot? Where's this mansion? Or
I'm not saying this is
This is we were what, like maybe 45 minutes an hour outside of Toronto.
Yeah, not far.
It's now
Two different locations, right?
the inside and outside. Yeah, the interior and exterior are different places, but out here.
This was so
This is
cool.
Knox College. This is Knox College in Toronto. Exterior. That's right.
And then the interior was somewhere else, but that was actually really incredible. Like the whole flame throwing and everything that was pulled together. It looked really cool.
Wait, was this place the girls' school?
No, the exterior.
It's college.
This was. Oh no, it was.
Yeah, this is like the all-girls school. It used to be some like sheriff's house, right? With like a weird history to
The
it.
interior that's Knox. The interior is Knox, and this is. Yeah, it's like an all-girls
There's
school.
like people on
We
stilts.
kind of
in the
had that. They
background.
wanted to know what we were going to shoot at their location, and we're like, well,
Right. Well, probably better if we don't tell you.
Ron's mask is, I'm dying over Ron's mask. It looks just like his cat.
That's the point.
I mean, it's exactly, but it's just, oh my
But
God.
they got it right, right? You can
It's
actually
so well
tell.
done.
So
Yeah.
perfect. It's so dead on. It's great.
Andreas Evdeman, our A-cam, Steadicam guy. I owe him a new spine after this film. I had him on Steadicam the entire time.
Oh my God. In this? Ouch.
Hey, whoa. Filming this taking place is not. I'm not.
Well, this is a very sassy comment for Connor here, but it's just commenting on your corkboard.
Oh, it's not mine.
That's not,
It's not
okay.
mine.
Okay, there you go.
I'm temporarily in Toronto.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We live in for anyone who doesn't know, we just go and live in other people's homes that we rent out. But thank you. I appreciate it. I'll just start tacking some stuff on here.
AJ Simmons, who we just saw, who just left, was, it's not every day you get lucky with these parts when you're like, okay, who do we get to play? This Scottish guy, he meets this mysterious guy who introduces him to the party, and you find somebody who's just so talented. You want him in other scenes. Can I get him in other scenes too? He's so good.
The eyeball.
Mhm.
Oh, sinister eyeball. Who's coming?
This is very decadent.
Very decadent.
You're going near Eyes Wide Shut territory here.
Yeah.
So who did all the sourcing of all the? Was that you, Burns? All the masks and whatnot. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Burns.
Burnsy's muted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still muted.
I'm just saying, Burns must have had a very good time, I guess, getting all this stuff.
Be reminded that it is not the price of our professions, but rather the crucible of our liberated consciousness.
Yeah, I think it was mostly our costume department, Ann Dixon, had a wardrobe. They're like, can you make 3,000 masks, please? It's like, I don't think that's in my job description.
This whole sort of Rothschild thing that, Burns was the first to introduce it into the office when he just sort of pasted a wall with all these references. And I think it's one of the first times we started to see the movie and the scene, what the palette you were going to be playing with. It was a really helpful tool in pre-production to map all this madness out.
Yeah, Burns's room before a show looks like several three-letter agencies should come bursting in the door at any minute and arrest him. He's got just thousands of images and pictures on the wall mapping out, like this connects to this and this connects to that. But it's really inspiring. And I noticed people walk in different departments. They walk in and they're like, whoa. And then they start doing it in theirs too, where they're like, so I have all these ideas for, you can just see everybody's ideas come to life. But Burns started it. He started that trend. Just love seeing Abby win one. She was so good.
That's still a small voice within you. I know. Don't try to think. You force me. You're talking. You don't need to practice so. You still think the words is so smart. There is a war, rage above and below, and through all time. And when we simply when you are you stretch me simply shining out. It's pure poetry. That's ready now to hold chaos. It's okay. Draw the line. Tell me, please, when poverty causes a father to strike, are crushed under the weight of that oppression. And before the rising of righteous strength, they tighten the new structure. So where is it? Where is it? Should they remain in the dark? What about that? Should they stay in chains? Shackled to the property of the angels? And what's what is what could they do? Awake without the light. No good at all. So that's just next.
I bet there's only one of those. There was only one of those globes.
Right. We had
There were two?
for that.
Nice.
Those were expensive to build too. I gotta be honest. I was like, why are we doing this again?
At least you call us some ideas about are you ready for a promotion?
Bye. This is Chris Holden Reed. He doesn't have a lazy eye in real life.
To the final test. I'm Steve. What is this? Cicada 3301 is sacred. And both. Back to questions. How many? It's not always like that. We don't have both. Oh, wait. Me too. Oh, don't. Wait. I did. Why don't you tell Conor? How many things? Like, what is that your real name? What's your name?
I work with him. I thought you trying to get you to spend months. I thought this would be able to protect me. Give me amnesty.
Will Ferrell would have been great as Philip Dubois. Yes, I think Chris did a great job. Kind of has that Will Ferrell thing going. He's got curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think Will's trailer probably would have cost what we spent on this movie.
With all that.
Asking the questions.
Phil wants to know if he's got a shot.
What lies in the center of you? Tracy's square. It's the only chance you get of making things right. Sins must be paid. There is one politics business. William, if you wish to join our cause, you must put it in Conor before you institute. And Conor, vice versa. I should be somebody's friend. It's adorable. But no. As in life, doing nothing is saying something to you. If you leave it to us, both of your hands will make it more like a transformer. Yes. Gentlemen, this. Ready?
Listen, if you don't get that phone safe for your family, I fear nothing. And more attention goes on forever. They're gonna kill you too once they have. Okay, you need to go. Go, you idiot. You're watching me. What's time? My name is not Wow. It's Charles Bundy. Fucking lie! Oh my! Oh, I forgot to get my little partner in the theater! Look! They've been feeding me the lies. They were pulling me like that. I was experimental theater. Hey! Where those books? Real?
Page.
Hello, fucking page! No! I don't want that!
My little brother gave me that idea. I sent him the script. He's a software engineer. I sent him that script. I'm like, am I missing something here? He goes, well, if you really want to get rid of the stuff on the hard drive, once he's got it, you got to take a magnet to it. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. Smart.
No, that is.
Based on a true story. Oh.
Oof. The Ken doll thing.
That's actually how it is. Sorry, I'm born that way. That's how I got the part.
Suckles. Mr. Fucking Suckles. What do you know about them goddamn Yankees? Come on. Mr. 1 week wasn't that good. I just didn't. Yep. That's what he told me. It should be worked out. I'll be the first to think understand all the technical jargon you've discussed here today, but you have brought up some issues about the NSA's alleged use of information gathering techniques. They charge assault.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I got to represent. There's more than one of us. You know, we're out there.
Very brave.
You also have just incriminated yourself in so many felonies. I wouldn't know what to like sentence to begin with. Namely, evidence you claim to have, in your words, set you free. I understand it. Right here in this ID. Tell me what I missed. Come on. Yes! Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Did you just think that you lying on your oath? Oath? You guys are on oath. It's a creative license. It's telling the story. The homeless guy masturbated. What the hell is going on? The phone call. He was on activity, 1 out of 25 or 6, receiving a couple hours from the most great around the world. Needless to say, Thomas, others, including yourself, in the same faithfulness and transfer of Are you trying to extort us? No, here. Like, get security in here now. Right, sit down. You guys are on the right, unlawful information, right? I'm just cutting out the middleman. I want 1 million for every batch. I want businesses and things that check in. I don't check in. No pressure on. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah, there's bonus scene. There's bonus scene. Stay tuned. We got best scene of the movie's coming up. Jack Casey, woo! He crushed it.
He did.
He crushed it. Thanks, DJ Quake. DJ Quake, are you a real DJ? Or is your name DJ? Or are you DJ Quake because you make it shake in the club as an actual DJ?
I'm curious, a question for everybody. Did you keep anything from the movie? Did you keep some memento from the film?
I think I got Gwen's boots. Those black boots.
Oh, you got those boots?
I'm
Nice.
actually watching it. The earrings, like that earring, that cuff earring I had, was mine, but I lost it.
Is your last name Quake? DJ, is your last name Quake?
Look at this baton swinging.
That's your boy.
That's my guy. Had to get a bonus scene in there. He's
And
so funny to me.
Serious question from Dual Animal. Alan, compared to your other roles, how would you rank this one? Does directing give you a new perspective on the process now?
It's a good question. This is similar to other comedic roles I've done. So for me, this was a comfortable zone for me to be in, which is how I could juggle both. You know, directing for the first time in this kind of acting comes kind of naturally.
Scene is right.
It's taught me to be a more gracious actor, you know, just to appreciate the process more, you know, and not get in the way or go like, but I want to do it this way and kind of mess things up because it's so hard to direct and produce and so many things going on that you're not aware of. It's calmed me down as an actor to just sort of, I come in, say my lines and leave, to respect the director and the producers and what they're doing, what they're going through. I understand now. I like it. I like your name and pseudonym.
What about for DJ and Burns? Did you keep something from the set or a prop or?
Burns, what happened to your microphone,
I don't know why
Burns?
it's not working.
Burnsy.
Burns.
But I mean that USB, the flash drive was. I mean that was like so unique.
Did you invent that, Alan?
Yeah, I think it was. Let me turn that off. Yeah, I mean, we had a brilliant team on props, and I just felt like it was a kind of an easy thing to build, an easy way to get that information in there. So I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of a USB shoe drive, right? There's probably other movies.
I got a patent pending on it now, but we'll say. So it was probably many people.
And Dual Animal says, might be too soon, but do you have an idea on what you'd like to direct next? He says, I vote more comedy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you should definitely do more comedy. You should definitely direct some comedy.
Oh, thanks, Connor.
No, really. And also like knowing how to give actors room for improv. Like not all directors actually know how to navigate that. So I agree,
Right.
Dual Animal.
True. Oh, thank you.
Real man.
I got to say, I like I said, I was surrounded by smarter, more experienced minds than myself behind the camera, DJ Burns and a plethora of other people. And I was really blessed with like an incredible, I mean, from the top, every single role to the security guard. I mean, it was just excellent performances across the board. So it makes me look like I'm better at what I do. But so I have a lot to be grateful for. But yeah, I've got a few scripts ready to go. So, if my schedule opens up and I can do it again, I can't wait.
And Burns said he kept the deer head and the eyeball. So there you go.
Yeah.
Whoa, those are cool.
Yeah. I think Carl Byer, I think the line producer has those baby heads and the baby diapers. He's probably watching in the baby heads and diapers right now. I would guess. I mean, you would guess that, right, guys?
Yeah.
The baby head.
Yeah.
And that's cool, DJ. We thanks for recognizing that. Yeah, I wanted to. It's hard to honor reality in a lot of ways because the technical jargon required to pull this stuff off. Some of it's just not cinematic, So wanted to make it as real as possible, and for people that speak this computer language, go like, oh, actually they cared, they cared. So that means a lot.
That's great. Well, let's get, as the credits are ending, how about final thoughts? Everybody's final thoughts. We'll put everyone in the spotlight, except for Burns, because he can't, unless he's gonna. You could send me a private message, but let's get DJ first. We'll end with Alan. Final thoughts on this film, the first of more, with Alan directing, I assume. So.
Well, I mean, for me, it was an absolute honor to be with Alan. I mean, we were friends prior to this endeavor, and going into it together was just every day was a privilege. I mean, a lot of people talk about being able to make movies with friends, but it's a team sport, and it's helpful if you like each other going in, but it's that much more fun when you do. And it's pretty amazing actually sitting here watching it tonight together, because it's been a while since I haven't just like looked at the minutia of the movie, but sat back and enjoyed the film as its whole like cohesive piece. And the movie's a blast. I think it's very Alan's personality from every single scene. So it definitely feels like an Alan Ritchson film, even though there's only one to base that off of. So I feel like from making it to watching it, it's a piece of Alan in here, and I think that says a lot about his artistry and his leadership. So my takeaway.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man.
Connor, what are your thoughts as we enjoyed this together?
Well, what's so cool is, I mean, it's so wild to like make these things, especially like movies, and then it's like almost 3 years since we filmed this, which is crazy. And what's cool, and I've said this before, is like Alan and I meeting very briefly when we did the Titans, our show together, and then doing this. And then to like reflect back on it and like know Alan's humor now that I've known him for these years was really fun. And I think what's cool about this movie is it really doesn't have like a genre. Like it has really serious moments and really funny moments and crazy moments. And it was just really enjoyable for me to kind of like get to know Alan as a director before I got to know him like as an actor. And I think you should keep doing it.
Oh, Conor.
Yeah, no, I do. I think like also like, you know, for us, like I haven't directed yet, but you know, we only see so much of what is being made. Like we see the scene as actors, we see the scenes that we're in, we have the scenes that we're working with other actors. And you have like, especially anything with like vis effects, it's very cool to see the final product and like what was in a director and what the filmmakers were creating. And I think you guys really nailed it. Like, you know, it's the little things like the subtitles with the landlord. It's how the tech stuff was handled. It like wasn't, you know, done in a way that like I've seen before. So it kept it interesting. And so like all of that for me is new. Cause like I didn't, you know, you hear what everyone says and tries to explain to you like, okay, so you're looking at this thing and this is what it'll turn into. But it's like it's never even like what you can imagine. So it's been just a treat for me to kind of like sit back and now understand what Alan was explaining or DJ was explaining, and think they did a good job.
Yeah, it's hard to explain floating fish in a room to people. They go like,
yeah, you're like, yeah, for sure, I see it.
I thought we were making a real movie. Yeah.
And if I could speak for Burns, he said he also kept the masturbating homeless man's hat. And he says it's super fun. Cannot wait to keep creating worlds with these amazing folks. So there you go. And
yeah,
Alan,
the problem with Burns is his career is exploding as a production designer. He is people are catching on to what I've known about for quite a while, and he's got a show on Nickelodeon. It's going to do big, huge things and a lot of other stuff. So he's super talented, and I've been grateful to work with him. He really contributes more than just to the sets. You know, he's just an all around big help and a huge creative mind.
DJ
yeah.
Quirky wants to comment about a sequel.
Create a sequel to this. You know what? I want to see the Agent Sullivan, Agent Carver sequel. I want to see this whole film take place from their perspective. So we just keep weaving in, you know, when they pop in to Conor and Gwen's world. I think that'd be the best sequel. But thank you. I'm glad that you've seen it and would want to see more. You know, it's a tricky one to put together. How do we tell this story? There's a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor that didn't make it because it was just a 3-hour movie and didn't want to make Titanic, you know? So I like where it ended up. I'm glad it seems like it's a fun ride that, you know, moves quickly enough to hold people's interest and people would want to see more. But yeah, again, I think it's just so important that we all endeavor to make high concept, original stories in this medium of film. TV's great, but there's, you know, I think there's something about escaping for 90 minutes into somebody's world, just long enough to really get to know everybody, and then we leave it there, and just that magic is a part of our journey. You know, it's something that's, you know, it's getting harder to do these days. So the fact that I was able to make something like this with so many great people, Jack Kesey, Connor, Ron, Chris Holden Reed, Andre Apergy, I mean, just AJ Simmons, everybody, you know, as far as the performance, incredible, really incredible crew. That I'm just, you know, it's cool. It's just fun to know that we've all made something out of nothing, you know. That's hard to do these days. So just, you know, whether or not people like it, I'm proud. I'll just leave it at that.
And another question: what made you want to create a movie on Cicada 3301? How did you find out about it?
Yes, just doing research. You know, I'm a voracious reader, and I just like to know about everything that's going on in our day today and historically. I read a ton, and this is just one of the things that I stumbled upon. And it was one of those things where as soon as you start reading, in my mind, I'm going like, oh my gosh, I could have this funny, smart best friend character who's like trying to pull Conor back from getting involved in this whole thing. And you know, it just started coming to life in my mind as, you know, as a strong engine for the story. So I learned about this after there were a lot of articles about it, and it was sort of a phenomenon in its own right as far as the, you know, the online pursuit of it is concerned. But just felt it would be a good engine and a good way in to having an adventure. So
And as a final comment, Mike Merriman says, I knew about Burns' rise to stardom before y'all. MFN. I think I know what that means. Burns for life.
Burns for life. He's a hot commodity right now. I'll tell you what.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody. This was super fun to watch this with everyone. Thank you for taking the time. Alan, you need to get either a sequel going or another thriller comedy. And I think Connor said it best, like it sort of is genre defying in the sense that, yes, it's a thriller. It's an adventure. There's action. There's comedy. It's definitely, genre bending for sure.
Right. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've got one. I've got one ready to go. And I've realized when as soon as I finished it, I was like, oh, I guess this is what I do. This mashup of comedy and adventure drama. So there's one that I feel like is even better, and I really hope to get to make it someday soon. So I appreciate that sentiment, and thanks for having us. We really appreciate you hosting us and giving us a chance to interact with the fans a little bit. That's the reason we're here. Is because people would care enough to watch. So thanks for allowing us into your internet for a day.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
Take care. All the best.
Bye.
Bye.